Hey now! What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got back from the theaters after seeing Final Destination Bloodlines.
Oh.
What are they going to do here? Their opponent
Beat him up, break his neck, break his neck.
This is a 2025 film, and I gotta say, I was pretty much looking forward to a new Final Destination film. Final Destination, the franchise, the series, is something that I kind of hold near and dear. It's low-key one of my favorite horror franchises of all time. And I only say low-key because it's not something that maybe you hear me talk about a lot, or it's not one of the big main core horror franchises that people talk about. And I also can't believe that it's been like 14 years since the last one. Wow. But I've enjoyed almost all of these films. The fourth one is the one that's like, okay, you can skip that. This movie focuses on this girl, Stephanie, who she finds out that her grandmother was involved in an incident, a Final Destination-like incident where she had this premonition and she prevented this crazy thing from happening. And now, though, what is unique and different to the franchise is that all of the people that did not die that day went off and had kids, went off and spawned bloodlines that were never supposed to be alive. So now death is working its way to try to kill all of these people that were never supposed to be born, never supposed to be alive. And so this girl has to try to keep as many of her family members alive as possible. And so I really liked not just the movie. I did like the movie a lot because I thought it was your typical Final Destination movie with, like I say, twists. But the Final Destination aspects of this film, the premonitions, the gore, the over-the-top kills, the creativeness of the kills, all of that was there, and all of that was very much appreciated. I was more than pleasantly appeased by all of that from this film, but also I liked the aspect of this being a Bloodlines type storyline. Because at first, when I saw the title, I wasn't quite sure how they were going to pull this off. And it made me think of, like, okay, the idea that someone's grandmother survived one of this and how it went on to now affect the entire family, their kids and their kids that weren't supposed to live. Like, that's something that has never really been dealt with in a major way. And I always thought that it would be cool to maybe bring back a surviving character from a past movie. And then I realized that there hasn't really been that many surviving characters from any of the past films. I think there's only one other character that lived, but every other main character always dies in these fucking films. So this is the only way that you're able to pull something like this off, is to connect it all in one thing. That works. That made a lot of sense. And there's a lot more that this movie does as far as maybe answering questions from past installments, or just trying to make things a little more clear as far as how certain things work or why certain things happen. But I think the biggest things that I liked from this film, and it's what you want to get from a good Final Destination movie, is the tension. There are scenes where you're looking around and you're looking at every item, every piece of equipment, every scenario that can and might happen to characters, how they can possibly die. And I almost like how a lot of the other characters look at our main girl like she's freaking crazy. Even the grandmother. Oh, they're crazy. They don't know what they're talking about. But everything that they are talking about does in fact happen and is in fact true. So it makes the audience now watch those scenes where all of these potential ways of dying happens to a character. And now we're thinking like this, of like, oh, are they going to die from that? Are they going to die from this? Are they going to die from that thing over there? And it always ends up being something that you did not see coming. But even rewatching the Final Destination films in preparation for this, I'm like, this franchise has always kind of been over the top, even from the first movie. As much as I like to say the first movie is the most grounded, there are still some over the top stuff in here. And so I could vibe with this. I was down with this. I appreciated that this movie made me feel like Final Destination as a franchise is back and ready to go. I cared enough about the characters, the girl and her brother, and the relationship she had, or the lack of relationship with her mother, and the fact that it extended to her cousins and just all of that family dynamic. I'm not saying it was the strongest thing in the world, but I did appreciate that it was there and that it was a different form of interaction. I thought the acting was solid all the way around. I was going to give it 1 rating, but fuck it. I'm going to give it a full price. I came out of this very pleasantly surprised. And also, man, R.I.P. Tony Todd. It was so great to see him for one last time in this film. And man, his scene definitely hit a lot harder now that we know that he has passed away. So guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Final Destination Bloodlines. I know it made a lot of money, so that's good for the future of this franchise for sure. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!